Wait till you see what I've got to show you here, my friends. You should definitely have your bib on. More than 10,000 indigenous earthworks hidden in the Amazon reveal human connections to the forest over millennia. For at least 12,000 years, indigenous societies have called the Amazon basin home. But for archaeologists, finding evidence of these ancient communities is often inhibited by the region's dense forest. Thanks to remote sensing LiDAR, or light detection and ranging technology, researchers Vinicius Parapado and Luiz Aragio of Brazil's National Institute for Space Research led surveys that identified 24 previously undocumented earthworks, recently publishing their findings in Science They Share. These ancient indigenous societies had profound knowledge of earth moving, riverine dynamics, soil enrichment, and plant and animal ecology, which allowed them to create domesticated landscapes that were more productive for humans. With earth-moving techniques, indigenous peoples created a wide variety of earthworks, i.e. ring ditches, geoglyphs, ponds, and wells, mostly between 1500 and 500 years before present, with social, ceremonial, and defensive functions. Stunning aerial photographs taken in the raking light of the late afternoon reveal monumental geometric shapes in the land, often seen in clusters or concentric arrangements. Using distribution models and comparing the abundance of large-scale archaeological sites across the area, the scientists suggest that between 10,000 and 24,000 sites remain undiscovered across Amazonia's 2.59 million square miles. Yeah, they had techniques that probably surpassed what modern man has today. Look at this. Between 10 and 4 p.m., 9:06 a.m., which is 54. Yeah, if you look, I mean, just look. That's what they're doing right now. Yep. Now, there's a couple things I seen that I realized that I missed in this. In the very beginning of that cartoon, the goat is inside that box and the light shines on the hole and he sticks his head out and he's all excited, and then when he realizes it's a light and it says, then the letters drop and it forms I Pet Goat 2, he kind of he makes that bad noise and it sounds like no, and he shakes his head no, like he don't want to come out into the light. But something I was going to tell you about here the other day, I forgot to tell you. I was watching this and my son seen it on my phone. I had my phone mounted and I was watching it, and my son seen that part right there where the apple rolls across the floor, and I've always wondered what that could be, and I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Well, he seen that and he said, that looks like what was in my dream. And I said, what was in your dream? And he said, I had a dream last night that you told me to go fill the truck up with gas. And he said he went into the store to pay for the gas and he was getting a bottle of water, and the water was, he said, I thought it said 0.07 cents. He said, but it looked just like that. What's on the screen right now? That's what the price of the water was. And I had already said before in videos that I think that means look, right? Because look, it's her fruit. And her fruit is to look. Now think about his dream. You know, he's only 14, but I've been trying to encourage him to want to read the word, you know, to get to reading, you know what I mean? And his focus is where most children's focus would be. So, but if you think about the dream that he had, I told him to go gas the truck up. And the price of the bottle of water looked like that, and that's look. In the beginning of this cartoon I just showed you, the light comes on the goat and he shakes his head like, no, I don't want to look. And the only fruit that we have, that the bride has right now, is that we're looking. I mean, that is the righteousness. And that's what it's going to take for y'all to see what I'm about to show you. And like I keep saying, you be the judge. You decide. After this, like, I don't see how anyone could go on. You're boldly defying the truth. That's what you would be doing. And just think, it turns into the flower. And then the next time you see the flower, it's at the very end when Messiah is coming out in front of the sun. And now here's another piece to it that I didn't realize, or I didn't do my due diligence on. I've pointed out the scorpion tail to the left of the sun. And I had been thinking, like, there has to be something more to that scorpion thing. Well, if you go look at where scorpions are from, which I'm going to show you, you'll see why that's there. And look, the fruit is to look, and when we give it all we have, we give it everything we've got, like this lady did with her flask. Look where the flask is in the background compared to the background. That looks like where Abba would be, up there at the top of that mountain, right? And there's gates in front of it, and look, it looks like there's a guy's face in this gate right here. I mean, I don't know, I could be seeing things, but right there, doesn't it? Looks like his nose right there, and then his eye to the left, kind of. But that's why that perfume's held up like that. That's why she's holding it like that, so you can see that you're gonna have to give it everything you got, which would be the fruit of looking. Okay, not like the goat in the beginning. And what would you gain by giving it everything you got? Right there, the mountain, you see? But the scorpions there, because look, right here, there are at least 1,300 different species of scorpions in the world. About 90 of them live in the U.S. Most scorpions live in the West. In fact, only 5 out of 90 scorpion species naturally live east of the Mississippi. There you go. They're the home, and that's at the end. Why would the scorpion be at the end, at the very end, in the sunshine, where there's mountains and stuff around? It's not hard to see. And if you go look at where the states, I mean, Arizona and Utah and New Mexico is the biggest concentration of where scorpions are. Now I got some fun facts to show you about the old state of Utah. Check it out. It's the 13th largest by area. And let me see. Oh, right here at the bottom it says the Wasatch Front. Urban development is mostly concentrated in 2 areas. The Wasatch Front, which is right along Salt Lake City and Provo, those areas. In the north central part of the state, which is home to roughly 2/3 of the population and includes the capital city, Salt Lake, and Washington County in the southwest with more than 180,000 residents. And you can see that it's known as the Beehive State. It's the land of milk and honey, let me tell you. And you see their anthem says, Utah, this is the place. And it was once named Desiree, which I'm pretty sure is in the Bible. It was admitted into the Union on January 4th. And you can see it's the 45th state. But it was admitted on 1/4. And let me see. You see the land area down here. I'm sure you see that. It's ranked 41st in population. And this is just some statistics for you, but wait till you see what I got to show you. Just watch. Its flower is the sago lily, and that is what helped the Mormons survive when they first came here. And its mineral is copper. No, take notes of all these things. See the beehive there on the highway sign? It's on the door of my car too. Okay. Utah has been inhabited for thousands of years by various indigenous groups, such as the ancient Puebloans, I can't say their name, Navajo and Ute. The Spanish were the first Europeans to arrive in the mid-16th century, though the region's difficult geography and harsh climate made it a peripheral part of New Spain and later Mexico. Even while it was Mexican territory, many of Utah's earliest settlers were American, particularly Mormons fleeing marginalization and persecution from the United States via the Mormon Trail. Following the Mexican-American War in 1848, the region was annexed by the U.S., becoming part of the Utah Territory, which included what is now Colorado and Nevada. Disputes between the dominant Mormon community and the federal government delayed Utah's admission as a state only after the outlawing of polygamy was admitted in 1896 as the 45th. Right here is where I want to take you to. The name Utah is said to derive from the name of the Ute tribe, meaning people of the mountains. However, no such word actually exists in the Utes language, and the Utes refer to themselves as the Nuchi. The meaning of Utes as the mountain people has been attributed to the neighboring Poblano Indians, as well as to the Apache word Utahi, however you would say that. Yahudim, maybe? Is that how you say it? Which means one that is higher up, or that are higher up. In Spanish, it was pronounced Utah. Subsequently, English-speaking people may have adapted the word as Utah. Thousands of years before the arrival of Europeans, the ancestral Puebloans and the Fremont people lived in what we now know as Utah, some of which spoke languages of the Uto-Aztecan group. Ancestral Poblano peoples built their homes through excavations in mountains, and the Fremont people built houses of straw before disappearing from the region around the 15th century. That's odd. So I went and clicked on Fremont. You see it's purple there. I went and clicked on it because I wanted to see what the Fremont people were about. And it says, where does it say? Oh, and look here, the Spanish exploration was in 1540, 5-4. The Fremont culture, or Fremont people, is a pre-Columbian archaeological culture which received its name from the Fremont River in the U.S. state of Utah, where the culture sites were discovered by local indigenous peoples like the Navajo and Ute. In Navajo culture, the pictographs are credited to people who lived before the flood. The Fremont River itself is named for John Charles Fremont, an American explorer. It inhabited sites in what is now Utah and parts of Nevada, Idaho, Wyoming, and Colorado. 2,700 years ago. It was adjacent to roughly whatever that is, but distinctively different from them Pueblo peoples, from where them guys located to their south. And you can see maybe that's not it. Okay, where was it? They called it a kingdom. The land by way of which the Tuhaas and other Indians transmitted transmigrated to this kingdom, which is clearly shown by the ruins of the pueblos I have seen in it. And you can see their name, them people, their's name before 1776 was the Tahoas. However you say that, just like the Tahaglunk that I've shown you guys before. We've talked about this before. But if you get in here and you really read in here and you see that you'll see who these people were. It's not going to take long. The evidence is everywhere for you to find. It's not hard to find. And like right here at the bottom of this, it says, Snow notes that Fremont culture declined due to changing climate conditions, 95 CE, which is 45. The culture moved to then marshy areas of northwestern Utah, which sustained them for about, how long? 400 years. Yeah, 400 years. And you remember how I told you that the Lord of the Rings, the Two Towers, was made by the iPet goat guy? Well, check this out. This here's a game. The Lord of the Rings, Return to Moria. Down here at the bottom it says, Return to Moria offers fans a fresh look at Middle Earth by focusing on the underground mines and crafting elements, providing a new perspective on a beloved location. Right down here at the bottom where the orange line is, it says, Return to Moria focuses on the dwarves as they work to reclaim their home of Moria held within the Misty Mountains. And it will likely be a fresh look into Middle Earth. There have been some wildly successful Lord of the Ring games like Shadow of Mordor, but Return to Moria is looking to offer players something different when it comes to the world of Middle Earth. One of the unique aspects of Return to Moria is that it is likely going to set it apart from the other Lord of the Ring games. The other Lord of the Rings games is that this particular title is focusing on what's underground, what's completely below the surface. The dwarves and want to learn more about their home. The year of their return, 2024. There's no telling what secrets Moria will hold. A great way to showcase an underrated Middle Earth location. Yeah, I think so. Now right here, where it's always at, is the best part. Isaiah 33. Woe to you, ravager, while you have not been ravaged, and you treacherous, while they have not betrayed you. When you have ceased ravaging, you shall be ravaged, and when you stop betraying, they shall betray you. O Yahuwah, show us favor, for we have waited for you. Be their arm every morning, our deliverance also in time of distress. At the noise of the rumbling, the people shall flee. When you lift yourself up, the nations shall be scattered. And your plunder shall be gathered like the gathering of the caterpillar, as locusts rush about. They rush upon them. Yahuwah is exalted, for he dwells on high. He has filled Sion with right ruling and righteousness. And he shall be the trustworthiness of your times, a wealth of deliverance, wisdom, and knowledge. The fear of Yahuwah, that is his treasure. See, their brave ones shall cry outside, the messengers of peace weep bitterly. The highways shall be deserted, the wayfaring man shall have ceased. He has broken the covenant, he has despised the cities, he respected no man. The earth shall mourn and languish, Lebanon shall be ashamed, Sharon shall be withered like a desert, and Bashan and Carmel be shaken. Now I rise up, declares Yahuwah. Now I am exalted. Now I am lifted up. You conceive chaff, you bring forth stubble. Your spirit devours you like fire. If you notice in the I Pet Goat 2 movie, I always wondered too why it shows the moth going to the Messiah's fingers and a flame burns it up. And I always thought, like a moth to the flame, you know. But now I see that that's why it says we have that choice covering, because all these people who have been just the fakeness of them is just smeared all over them, and you can see it from a mile away. They're going to be like moth to the flame. They're going to be standing there cheering for the destruction of what seemingly is innocent people. I mean, as far as that stuff goes, they're going to be screaming, chanting off with their heads, and they're going to realize that they're just like the people that yelled, "We want Barnabas." It's going to be like moth to the flame. It's a magnet. They're going to get sucked right in. And people shall be like the burning of lime, like thorns cut up. They are burned in the fire. You who are afar off, hear what I shall do, and you who are near, know my might. Sinners in Sion shall be afraid, trembling shall grip the defiled ones. Who of us shall dwell with the devouring fire? Who of us shall dwell with its everlasting burnings? That these people are going to move right on up out of here. He who walks righteously and speaks what is straight, he who rejects the gain of oppressions, who keeps his hands from accepting bribes, who stops his ears from hearing bloodshed, and shuts his eyes from seeing evil. He shall inhabit the heights. Strongholds of rocks be his refuge. His bread shall be given him, his water be steadfast. What do you think? You think it's steadfast? I believe so. Your eyes shall see the sovereign in his comeliness, see a land that is far off. Your heart ponders fear. Where is the scribe? Where is he who weighs? Where is he who counts the towers? That's the song that the people are singing right now. They're not literally saying that, but that's what they're saying. They're saying, I can't see this, what you're saying. No longer shall you see a fierce people, a people of too deep a lip to hear, or a jabbering tongue no one understands. That's me. No longer is it going to be like that. When you listen to me, I know it's hard to take it from me, and I'm the worst at conveying a message, but the words that I speak, that the Most High has been given to me to share to you, they are the truthful words coming straight from his mouth. And there's coming a time where you're going to understand it perfectly. You're going to say, see Sion, the city of our appointed time. Your eyes shall see Jerusalem, an undisturbed home, a tent not taken down. Its stakes are never removed, nor any of its cords broken. But there, great is Yahuwah for us, a place of broad rivers, streams, in which no boat with oars sails, nor no big ships pass by. That's how you rule that place over there out. And that's how you rule this place over here in. For Yahuwah is our judge. Yahuwah is our inscriber. Yahuwah is our sovereign. He saves us. Your ropes shall be slack. They do not strengthen their mast. They shall not spread the sail. Then the prey of great plunder shall be divided. The lame shall take the prey. Neither shall the inhabitant say, I am sick. The people who dwell in it is forgiven their crookedness. I'm not going to keep you that long right now. That's, I guess, maybe for next time. But look, the very next chapter, chapter 34, look at the last two verses. It says in 16, search from the book of Yahuwah and read. Not one of these shall be missing. Not one shall be without a mate. For he has commanded my mouth, and his spirit shall gather them. And he shall cast the lot for them, and his hand shall divide it among them with a measuring line. They possess it forever, from generation to generation. They dwell in it. There's no mystery anymore, my friends, that we have a home and we are to lament and seek it out and return. You guys, anyone who wants to debate this, you can debate the word all you want, but the word is always going to win.
What